level 20.
You have to do it on your profile, not when you're in game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it
About
worked
that,
out
but
like
yeah,
the way it did
yeah.
so far.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah, so far. Like
So.
who knows? Time will tell. We don't even play for what,
Mm-hmm.
like 4 years, 5 years, however much it is.
Yeah,
It's been a while.
it's been a
Mm-hmm.
while. Okay, so I think we can start. I think. Okay, so just for recapping, it's amazing. Like we play every week now, so it's still fresh. But Brian didn't show up, so hopefully this recap makes any sense. So in the last at the beginning of the last session, you were attacked by a group of Zentarim. They basically circled the crashed ship. And they prepared to attack you with magical arrows, but it turned out that the attack was not meant for you. It was meant for this giant, frightening giant frost giant that emerged from the trees and attacked the Zentarim. So soon enough, you realized that the arrows were meant for him. A volley of magical fiery arrows hit him. He fell down, and you jumped to help him. You managed to dispatch the Zentarim, and after killing them all, Zolkin, who is Quarian's father, emerged from the trees and said, "Oh, there goes my plans to extract some information from the dragon." Because a couple of minutes before, you have just slain Venomfang. Zolkin told you that his job, his assigned job, was to extract information from dragons with regards to their involvements with this giant uprising. So you know that giants have been attacking settlements, human settlements, Waterdeep, I think it was Goldenfield, and several other places. You know that they have nefarious plans, like the frost giants are looking for the ring of winter, and the fire giants were trying to build some like enormous construct they call the Vanidod. So Zolkin's task was to understand what are the dragons up to, and apparently he now needs to seek out another dragon to milk for information. He also told you that the Lord's Alliance will have a gathering in Neverwinter in 2 weeks' time, which is 20 days, after they have sent many scouts and many spies throughout the land. And he told you that if you'll be there, obviously you'll have the opportunity to participate and say whatever, like, you know, put on the table what you have discovered so far. Then a couple of conversations with Harshnag followed. He basically told you that the giants, all of them, all the giant types had or have a caste system. Like storm giants are on the top, and I think it is hill giants at the bottom. And the higher you are at the caste system, you get to give commands instead of taking them. And it seems like this caste system has shattered, but Harshnag doesn't know why. He does know that there is a temple called the Temple of the Allfather, where the giants have an oracle, and this oracle should provide the answers as to why the giants are rising, what is the dragon's part in all of this, and maybe what is your part in all of this. And he wants to get to that temple. He needs to basically retrieve a map that he acquired when he was a young giant. He placed it in a vault in the city of Mirabar, which is north from where you are standing. And once he acquires back the map, he can take you, if you want to join with him, to this place, to this temple. And then maybe some answers will be, some questions will be answered. And you also met Oakenstand, who gave you some presents for helping him get rid of the Zentarium and helping him free Emeranta, his companion. So I think you got like a quiver full of arrows, like magical arrows, and boots that should keep our dear Peleus safe and warm in the coming snow. And he also kind of told you, you basically asked, okay, so where's the layer of Venomfang? And he told you, why do you need those mountains of gold and diamonds and magical items scattered there? It's like useless. Nobody needs it. But you eventually managed to get an answer from him, and he told you that the dragon's lair is somewhere in Thundertree, which is that cursed village that the halflings were about to investigate before you interrupted with their plans. You healed your own ship, basically fixing it, and took off. And immediately after taking off toward Thundertree, you were attacked by yet another flying ship. There was a short battle. You were all knocked unconscious by, I think it was Galen, who tried to set the communication channel to the correct frequency, but failed miserably and tapped into hell, basically. So all of the people aboard the ship were kind of mind blasted, and Galen was the only one keeping his wits about it. You were boarded.
So bad.
What?
It was only for 1 minute. You made it sound way too bad. It's only for 1 minute, dear son.
You were boarded, and it seems like your assailants are like those Navy SEAL Triton. They are wearing special masks with breathers inside of them. There's a greenish bluish hue emanating from within it, and they fired 2 smoke grenades into the ship. Luckily enough, the DM forgot, of course, that the monk is immune to poison. And so Galen survived that attack also. And if I remember correctly, you asked them something like, friend or foe. And this is where we stopped last time, right?
Yeah.
Anything you...
I asked them, if they are like the friendly Triton Navy SEAls, or if I'm going to kill someone.
Right. Anyone wants to...
How long have we been stunned so far until they boarded us? How long did it take them to board us?
Oh, I think they basically kind of maneuvered in a dogfight. So the boarding process was very fast, as opposed to airlines this time of the of the year. So I will basically allow in a minute to all of you to make your saves. But I just wanted to ask if anyone wants to add something I forgot, something that happened and I missed out.
And Anderist was invisible the entire time, and we didn't know where he was, so he's
Yeah,
probably...
we left him behind.
How many hours was that? How many spell slots do I have to burn?
No, nothing.
No, nothing. We had a full rest.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but we basically assumed that you turned invisible, and throughout the entire session you were invisible doing something that only you know. What?
Super useful. Something super useful.
Yeah.
Being creepy and watching us the entire time. Invisible. as you normally do.
Yeah.
So Galen, you ask away, and they kind of look at each other, and one of them picks up a tentacle from the fleshy bits that is right next to it, twist it in a way, and all the gas kind of is ejected from the ship, and then the creature removes its helmet. You can hear like tss, tss, as ventilation tubes kind of disconnect. Removing the helmet reveals the lovely face of a female Triton. She kind of brushes her hair and says, "They will detect you soon if we don't intervene."
They?
The mind flayers. We can install a device to mask your ship's psionic signature if you like.
Oh, so you're saying you're friendly, and I shouldn't crush your skull. Okay.
Do like a check. Do like a.
We'll do
Is that
that.
how you greet people, Galen? Now, just threaten them immediately off the bat.
They're invading our ships.
You're right.
She says, we'll do that if you'll help us raid an outpost of those creatures not very far from here. Hell of a way to
Side
test.
quest?
Hell of a way to test our masking device, our cloaking device.
So you want us to attack an outpost of mind flayers to stay hidden from mind flayers?
She approaches one of the ship's kind of fleshy terminals. She touches a few tentacles, connects a few more, and then a map of the region kind of... Yeah, go ahead.
I watch her closely while she's doing that. Not that I have any idea what she's doing, but if it looks like she's doing something like wrong, then I'll get ready to attack.
Okay. Everyone make your saves.
What is it?
I think it is a... I'll tell you in a minute.
Intelligence 17 save, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I'll tell you in a minute.
17.
And James completely failed his.
So,
it's a-
from the
It's an intelligence saving throw.
Oh,
Corin got a 17.
Okay,
no, I
good.
failed.
13 for rugby.
Okay.
12.
Okay. So it seems like Galen and Quirion are the only one still up there.
Alias
So-
also got a 17.
okay, good. So you two wake up from your stupor after being mind blasted, and you see Galen talking with a Triton female. She points at the map, and you can see Neverwinter Wood, which are basically floating up above. Thundertree is a little bit to the north, but to the east, not very far, still in the vicinity of the wood, there is a place called Old Owl Well, and she points at that place and says they have set up a small camp there to keep close tabs on the shipyard and on the dragon. I think there are 4 of them there. I want to use our ships to capture one of them, slay the others.
Do you... Excuse me, who are you guys? What just happened?
She looks at you kind of sideways, and she says, "My name is Anjante. I'm with the Vost Adar."
This sounds familiar to me, I guess, right? This is the people that we met last time?
Yes, you have met 2 sects of Tritons. One of them are cooperating with the Illithids, probably not, by their own will, and another sect is fighting against them, effectively utilizing their own technology and arcane knowledge to fight them. So you believe, or at least according to what she says, this other ship and this small Navy SEAL squad is part of the rebels.
Got it.
She wants us to attack some mind flayers, and then they'll install some cloaking device thing.
We'll install it first. Otherwise, this ship has no way to approach that outpost without being detected.
So, one question before we say yes or no. These mind flayers tend to give us a huge headache and take us out of like operation for a while. Is there anything that you can help us with that? that you can do to help us with that?
She smiles and says, "This is why I need your help. I'm afraid that attacking that outpost with just my trusted men here is a suicide mission, but with your help, we might pull it off. You have managed to steal one of their ships."
Yeah, we just had the help of somebody stronger.
Okay, let's assume that all of you are now kind of, waking up from that attack out of combat. So,
And we've been filled in.
yes,
Okay. What happens if we say no?
each goes its own way, but your ship is a beacon to them. It transmits psionically, so they will find you eventually.
Warren, do you know if they are actually telling the truth? You seem to interface well with this.
Is this something I can tell?
You can roll an insight check.
Okay. I have a feeling that they're telling the absolute truth and nothing but the truth.
You
Oh, no,
can't
actually
handle
I got a 14. I forgot that I have insight as a high skill.
Okay. So with a 14, you have the feeling that she is telling the truth, but probably not all of the truth. So you believe that she's telling the truth when she says that there is a mind flayer outpost. She's telling the truth when she says that she can cloak your ship. But, she's not being totally transparent with you. If you want, you can, as a group, do an investigation check to see if the ship is really transmitting anything.
Sure, I'll do. Let's do that, and I'll also try to persuade her to tell me more about the cloaking device that they're giving us, that they are so happy to give us. I'd like to understand better what it does, and mostly I'd like to understand if it's something that they can use later to track us with.
Okay.
So first, persuade her to give us more information. Actually, this might be a good chance to use my diplomat feat.
There you go.
I'm going to try. Technically, what I need to do is to talk with her for like 1 minute, and then we do an opposed check. My charisma versus her wisdom. I mean, it's my persuasion versus her insight.
Okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. So 1, 2, go.
So can you please tell me again, why is this? Why does the ship transmit this? And how can I see it?
So you talk to her, and she explains that every illithid ship is connected psionically to each other, to all of the other ships, much like the mind flayers themselves are connected using their hive mind. And as long as this ship broadcasts in this specific psionic frequency, it can be detected by those who are sensitive to it. She offers to basically alter this psionic wave to match a different signature, or shut it down completely. And when she says shut it down completely, there is the area where you feel she is kind of being untruthful. Investigation checks.
I got a 16 on my investigation.
My investigation is a 20. Sorry, 19.
Okay.
10
6.
for Rugby.
17 for me.
Okay, that's good. So it's 6 for Enderist and Rukvi, how much?
10.
10. Okay. Forgar? Muted? Can't hear you. Can't hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm back. I had to move closer to the Wi-Fi. I actually think these like 5 feet made a world of difference.
Okay.
But now I'm not at a desk. Okay. You said investigation.
Yeah.
That is a 19.
Amazing. So you guys believe that the ship is transmitting something. So it's like a transponder signal or something like that. So your ship is detectable. You believe that she is trying to send a different signal that probably her ship can detect. So yes, she basically suggests to make you undetectable to illithids, but they, the Tritons, will be able to detect you later on.
Okay. I continue talking with her and ask her if there is some other deal that we can maybe strike instead of attacking a group of mind flayers, which we're not too keen to do at the moment.
She says, we think it's high time to capture one of them and interrogate him. We have someone with special skills that will allow us to do this investigation under our own terms. This is a newly acquired ally, and we believe that if we want to really understand what's going on, obviously the giants are involved, obviously the dragons are involved, but these mind flayers seems to be everywhere. We need to get to the bottom of this. Are you in or out?
I'm looking at you guys, and I ask
How
her if
many
there-
are there?
We know how many, what, Tritons?
no,
Mind flayers.
4.
4
And
mind
how
flayers.
many Tritons?
She has a group of 6, including her own.
How many
Um,
ships does flayers have?
None. We believe it's a ground station.
Do they have a plan before we say yes or no? I'm not going to say yes if you just plan on using me for fodder.
We know that they are occupying a ruined tower in the place called Old Owl's Well. It's a ruined settlement. We were planning to slip in and fireball our way into grabbing one of them alive.
And what do you need us for then?
As your friend said, they have the ability to render multiple attackers senseless. The more we are, the less chance of all of us falling under that effect.
So we're just part of your frontal assault?
She kind of looks at you up and down and says, I'm willing to hear about a back door if you have one.
Whoa, lady, we just met. Tritons are freaky.
So basically,
Yeah, I mean, we have flying ships, so I mean, perhaps pincher maneuver? Attack from 2 different sides at the same time, distract them, divide them.
Or
That sounds
we could,
reasonable.
while we're making these plans, make a quick stop in Thundertree. Maybe
Grab treasure?
some new weapons.
Yeah, without the Tritons, though.
She kind of, looks at you quizzically. Is there a new shop at Thundertree? I thought that place is deserted.
Yes, we heard rumors about something that. I'm
Yeah,
saying because I can't lie.
the antique shop is unattended now, and I love me some antiquing.
so is it possible to attack the place from the air? There is not to.
Our initial thought was to attack it from the air, lure them out, and then grab one with our tentacles. So maybe if one ship can provide a cover and the other ship can snatch away one of them, That might work.
Are our ships powerful enough to take down a tower?
Well, these are not siege weapons, but they can, smack it hard enough. And plus, you can use spells. Plus, the tower should be a win, basically. So should be that hard.
I just have a feeling that these mind flayers might be able to affect the ships. The ships are sentient, right? They have brains, so they're subjective to, psychic damage as well, and control, I'm guessing.
Perhaps we shouldn't go in with the ship. Just park the ship out of sight, out of mental radio detection, and then go in.
Not
Yeah,
leaving
I
my
mean,
ship.
Not living.
Is there ally that can interrogate? Is that person here, or are they bringing the mind flayer somewhere else?
We'll need to bring the mind flayer someplace else.
Where's that?
We prefer not to share that information right now.
Well, I mean, I feel like if we're assisting in the kidnapping of the mind flayer, that we should also be part owner of the information.
You get a cloaked ship.
Yeah, but information is way more valuable.
This is correct. Let's grab the prisoners, and then we can.
If we help and get this information, do you plan on going to Waterdeep to the meeting in 20 days to share this information?
She looks at her friends as if kind of, how do you know about this? It should be hush hush, spy only meeting. And then she says, yes, but we have to share it with our people first.
Yeah, sounds fair to me.
Okay, yeah, it's fine. So, by this point, are we talking like at least 1 minute?
Yeah.
Okay, so the idea is here is while I'm talking, is to cause her to be charmed. And so I'm rolling my persuasion. She needs to roll her insight.
Mm-hmm.
So my persuasion, let's see.
This could backfire, right?
And you have a...
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think the feat backfires.
No, that's a critical failure, but
Well, that.
yeah.
Damn.
So how the feat works? Like, what's the mechanical mumbo jumbo?
If I succeed, I mean, if I speak with her 1 minute and
Yep.
I succeed on my persuasion check, and it's not a success. It's just an opposed check.
Mhm.
So I got a combined 14. She needs to do an insight, but I guess that since I got a 1 on my dice, it doesn't really matter.
No. The critical failures you have only on attacks. Skill checks, you simply
Oh.
add your modifier.
Okay, so I got a 14 altogether, and she needs to roll her insight. And
And if she fails, what
if
happens?
she fails,
Charmed by
she's
you.
charmed.
Okay, good. So you kind of talk to her, and you have never seen Quarian put out such so many smooth moves on a lady before. And eventually she kind of turns and says,
Corin, you're married.
and she said, he's married?
It's name on the marriage.
I'll give her
Sorry,
advantage on the roll. She looks at you and smiles and says, there's got to be some way to get into some sort of an agreement here. With your help and your ship, our success rate of capturing one of those creatures goes up immensely.
Can you tell us a bit more about the ally that you've mentioned who can interrogate a mind flayer?
You have to understand that this information is top secret.
Go stay with us.
We have a renegade mind flayer working for us.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
He's currently hidden in our underwater kingdom, just not very far from Ruatheme's islands. We have an underground castle there.
Not
Okay.
the one that we stormed, right?
No, actually, that's a good question. You don't know. That's a good question. Fair question. But you haven't stormed the castle. You have stormed some
Right.
weird
Yeah.
lab.
Okay. Why did he renegade? Why is he? What caused him to renegade? I thought that Illithid are like a hive mind.
She says apparently there are several hives. I don't know exactly what the Mind Flayers plan, but obviously some of their own think that their plan, even their plans, are too ambitious. Whatever they are preparing for, we believe that the giant uprising is just a teaser for what's to come.
Okay. So I'm fine with going ahead with this if you guys are. I do try to poke her at the issue of the gizmo that they're going to install. I'm trying to understand better from her to make her spill the beans about what this actually does and whether or not we will be trackable by anyone.
Okay, so what you realize after talking to her is that she's going to tune this ship into the frequency of another hive, basically. So it seems like a specific hive mind is controlling the mind flares in this area. And she will basically tune you to the frequency of another hive. So you won't be detectable by the hive that is currently in motion. But yes, you will be transmitting on the open grid of another hive.
Can she show me how she's doing it? Is it something that I can learn to do?
Yeah. Yep.
We should shut it
And
off.
then in that case, I'm okay with it. Then we'll continue changing the frequency later on.
We'll get radio.
Why not just shut it off?
Can try to. Can we shut it off? Is it possible to shut this thing off entirely?
She says it has been done once, and the ship became inert.
Got it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Is she lying about that? I would like to do an insight of that.
Roll an insight.
24.
With a 24, let's see. Yes, you believe she is lying.
They want to sell our data, guys.
Yeah. Now listen here. Really, well, we are mostly being really nice and friendly. We don't want to see our bad side, and by our bad side, I mean my bad side. For some reason, the rest of the party seems to think that I'm some kind of murderer, just because I killed a few evil people. And if I start to consider you evil, then I might not have a problem with, crushing your skull. So, what were you saying about shutting it off again?
This
So,
point, Quern is like rolling his eyes.
So her people kind of take a step back and, raising their Triton crossbows, not crossbow, like, harpoon, whatever. Make an intimidation check.
Sadly, I'm so bad at this. Can I get a bonus or something?
I can give you a Bardric inspiration if you'd like.
Good.
Can give you guidance.
I whistle it your direction.
Okay. Like it's 3. Like what is D10 bonus?
Plus 1d10.
Good. Come on. Don't roll a 1.
Roll a 10.
Oh,
and
Aha.
9, so 12.
12 is amazing. It's like you're threatening her, and then you kind of start to put something out of your nose or something like that, like totally blowing it off. So she says, "Listen, it's as simple as that. We give you get to keep your ship undetected by those who have damn it, English, by those you have stolen a ship from. All we ask is, in return, help us kidnapping one of them so we can interrogate him to understand what's going on.
Yeah, but then you'll be tracking us, which we don't like. Well, I don't like it at least.
Hey, we could have annihilated this ship. You were limping out in the sky because of that. Because of something, actually. She doesn't know that. She assumes you're simply bad at operating it.
We are.
Wrong. Yeah, I know. I could also have, crossed your mask as soon as you got on board.
All right, you already rolled your charisma. Don't make it worse.
I say I'm gonna.
Talking. Come on, let
I
me
think-
show you.
I put my hand on you and I
quickly.
say, you got some learning to do about intimidation.
Yeah, no doubt. What's your intimidation roll, Rupee?
It's a +8, but I just have no
Yeah,
reason
me
to
too.
say anything so far.
Yeah, you and I should team up to scare the shit out of somebody.
Yeah, I'm clearly not scary.
Hey, you're a little farmer guy. You're cute and adorable.
Until you smash me.
Until you, yeah.
Break a dragon's neck with your bare hands. Yeah.
Okay, guys.
I'll just reach out to everybody individually and say I think we should do it, and we'll just watch them when they modify or install this, and then we can do it ourselves.
I agree.
Okay,
Yep.
I'll go sulk in the corner. But we're still going to
So-
go to the hill giants soon.
Yes.
Right
Okay.
after we go in seeking.
Yeah,
So
and we don't take them to the city with us to the town to collect the dragon sword. We'll meet them there.
At Old Owl? Okay, that makes sense. So as soon as you agree, they run into this flutter of action. One of them, puts down its backpack, opening it. There's a canister. It opened it, puts out some slithery, tentacled, spinally, bony creature like a facehugger. Takes it out, opens this cavity in the ship's hull, inserts it in. They pinch some tentacles, cut one, use the blood as, connected with a tube to reach to the other side of the ship. And after a few gory scissoring and cutting and connecting tentacles, the ship its greenish interior turns purplish, and the heads-up display kind of changes the insignias, and you are welcomed to the hive mind calling itself.
Oh yeah, I met them before.
I
Catch
like
it.
this new theme.
Catch
Yeah, I
Right
went to a
back
block party they
down.
had. They make great burgers. Very nice people.
I was in a band called Garage Dushlibibi.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you played bass, right?
Yep.
Okay, so what's the plan now? Do you want to go to Thundertree first and then meet them at Old Owl, or do you
I
want
think that
to?
would make sense.
Okay.
And we watched that situation. If we wanted to modify it, do we think we could?
There will be interfacing with a face hugger, but yes.
Yeah, whatever.
Do we do
I've had worse things
Yeah,
in my
right,
mind.
clearly.
Literally.
Yeah, so while we're going to Thundertree, and I think we should go to Thundertree before we go to meet them.
As
Um,
remember from the map, isn't Olal like directly south from here and Thundertree like west?
yeah, but
So
we fly.
the map, we can.
The map from the Lost Mine of Fandolin.
Yeah, so where are we now? We're still
yeah.
in Neverwinter Wood, right? Somewhere around here.
We barely
Here,
took
here.
off with border.
I'll point you to the map. The map is in Roll20 if you want to see.
Oh, let me zoom out. Hold on.
Happening.
Ah, there
So-
we are. Okay.
Yeah, so Thundertree is here.
Yep.
You're basically
Oh,
around
Old Owl there.
display, and Old Owl Well is around here.
Yeah, it's not that much. I mean, it
Yeah,
adds
it's
a little bit to it.
no, it's each hex is a mile or something like that, if I remember correctly. The scale here.
Alright.
Where's the
Let's go to
scale?
Thundertree first.
5 miles. Each hex is each. Yeah, it's 5 miles.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
but we could go like, or was it like 800 miles in a day or something?
yeah, something like that.
Last time, Brian, the plan was to go to Thundertree to get the Dragon Horde, then
Yeah.
go south to the Golden Hills to try find the Hill Giants, which Galen for some reason wants to kill, just because they destroy Golden
Oh,
Hills.
Golden Fields? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's your.
Yeah. And then go northeast to what was it, Mirabar or something? Mirabar, whatever.
Mirabar, yes.
Mirabar, yeah. To
Oh, yeah, Mirabar is
meet
on
up
northwest.
with, Arsenic to try and get this oracle or the map.
Right. And Golden Fields is where from us right now? It's got to be, what, northeast?
It's a bit south from here on the map somewhere,
Oh, is it? Okay.
or a bit
Okay.
south or something.
It's in the Desert Valley, which is for sure east of us. And then either south or north. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, this doesn't change much for us. I mean, it adds, what, a day? Maybe 2?
Probably only a few hours extra.
Yeah, seriously, how fast does this thing go?
It is fast.
Okay, so how long to get to Thundertree?
Nothing basically. It's like a hop.
Oh, okay. So here's my thought, guys. I have this ring. He holds up his hand. He's got one of those black tentacle rings on his finger, and it allows me to, if someone attacks me, I can lash back at them psychically and damage them. I'm wondering if we can somehow use this ring on the face hugger so that if anyone attacks the ship, they get blasted.
So you wanna put a ring on the ship?
A ring on the face hugger. Yeah, I'm gonna put a ring on it.
Oh, like a booby trap?
Get that attached to the ship?
Or the defensive mechanism. I don't know. That's what I mean. That's why I want, like, if it's broadcasting, can we change that? Because it's broadcasting at a psychic level. Can we change that broadcast so it hurts mind flares?
Ooh, that's nice.
Sounds like a bunch of checks
Or
that
or at least
Rookie should not be a
incapacitate,
part of.
or at least incapacitates them, right? Or renders their psychic abilities less powerful or useless.
And cute drawing.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Whoever did it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
So-
I would say that with this, you'll be able to basically mind blast them.
If I put the ring on the
Yeah, they are.
face
They are
hugger?
not. Yeah, as far as you can tell, mind flayers are not immune to psychic attacks.
no,
But
they're not.
Be blasting the maybe friendly mind flares that we're probably tuned into now.
Don't care.
These whatever hive it is. I don't know.
Yeah, but we'd have to be close to them. Like this wouldn't be a long range thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be anyways. I mean, if it turns out to be a long range thing, sweet, great. I'm happy. Kill all the mind flares. I don't care. I don't like them. None of them.
Mm.
They're all evil, as far as I'm concerned.
What does the mind
Anyways.
flare do for us?
Yeah.
They give us
If you're cool with me tinkering with the ship, I'd like to give it a shot, but I don't want to do it if you guys are not keen.
I'd say if you're tinkering with it, let's do it when we're on the ground. And
Mhm. Well, maybe you guys leave while I do it. If I don't kill everybody, just kill myself if it hurts.
I'll be there with you. I think
Sure.
maybe I
Take
can
it.
help the ship or whatever.
All right, so once we land, we'll go get the treasure, then come back and I'll tinker.
Yeah. Investigation. Let's do like some investigation and try to make sure that it's plausible, it's feasible.
The dragon lair might still be guarded by minions or hidden. Just
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we killed the dragon
yes,
that guard
But
that
if we
owns the lair.
find the lair, then we can't do that. We know.
We just
it's
just walk up to them and be like, "You, I'm the captain now," and they listen to us. That's how it works, right?
That's what I should have done with her then.
Totally.
Talking. Okay. I'll need to remember that for next time.
Yeah. It works every time. And believe me, my intimidation is +8, so my passive intimidation is 18.
My passive intimidation.
I try it out on you, like, hey, you and me. I'm the captain now, right? Captain, me, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
that.
my
I take a step backwards in fear and make a deception check. Yeah, it worked. Yeah.
Good.
You're super scary.
Good.
Do that all the time.
Just shake my head.
Oh wait.
So do we know where in Thundertree we're going?
Nope.
No.
You don't know. All Oak and Stan told you is it's in Thundertree.
Well, let's do a flyby and see if we can see anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we did, and there were probably orcs there. There were the halflings that were captured by orcs. They were on their way to Thundertree, and we heard about something bad going on there, which was probably the dragon. But
Okay, so Quarian, you fly the ship, which may, as you do the flyby around Thundertree, makes the sound of a TIE fighter, like. And you basically see this village that it looks like somebody picked it up and thrown it back at the earth. So many small huts and two-story buildings that are crumbled and in a disarray. There is one larger building that looks, pretty much intact. Maybe a weaponsmithy or some sort of a more sturdy structure. And as you circle the village, you all see orcs swarming downstairs, like down at the village. They seem to be confused, maybe even fighting among each other. So it seems like many orcs are kind of pushing each other, fist fighting, shouting. They are all armored and with weapons. And so this happens at the village itself. And as you take a longer circle around it, you can see orc scouts in pairs running through the forest. They have not reached Oakenstan's grove yet, or the dragon's corpse, but they are kind of sending tendrils all across the forest, trying to seek out something or something or someone.
So if I could make an assumption, does it look like they've lost their leader and they're trying to find him?
Yes.
And there's maybe some sort of power vacuum and they're fighting over who's going to be the boss?
Makes
and who's
sense.
Get the treasure. How many orcs were down there?
A lot. It looks like 2 clans at least.
How many in a clan?
At least according to their colors, etc. You believe something like between 60 and 120, or not sure if you're seeing 2 clans right now or half of each, etc.
Sounds like they need some 2 charismatic mother truckers to drop in there and.
Well, that was a
straight.
thought of mine. We could just go in and see if we could
with the
take over, we'll do the captain thing, but do it really scary.
He's sending the poor monk. You and me.
Yeah, maybe not him.
Monk is Plan C. You know?
Yeah. Kill them all is Plan C.
Wait, but there's a big building that you're talking about that seems sturdy among all the others. Does
Yes.
it look like, is it big enough to house a dragon?
So as you kind of try to look better at it, it looks like indeed it is a workshop of some sort. There is a squat building. Front door is kind of wide open, and you can see an anvil there and some tools, etc. It's all in a disarray, but there is a large chimney. And you kind of look at the chimney and say, that looks like a convenient way for a dragon to kind of, maybe turn itself. No. So this is exactly it. Like if it kind of polymorphs or something like that to something smaller and slink down. Maybe that's the exit or the secret exit or whatever.
Could we fit our ship in there? No.
No, it's not that big.
Okay.
And the orcs are around that building or surrounding that building pretty much?
This building is roughly in the middle of the village, but the orcs are everywhere. It's like a huge bar fight. They fighting everywhere.
How about this? We we drop into the building. I don't know how that would go. And then once we land in there, we deal with whoever's in there, and then we come out of that building and throw some charisma check.
Is there a way to get to the back of the building without drawing too much attention to ourselves?
So you have this amazing ability within your ship. It can basically eject you. So it fires a ball of mucus into the ground, and then it ejects you into it. So you land softly. This can be done.
Can it be done like through the chimney?
That's interesting. Yeah, why
Yeah.
not? You can
Fail
if you fail, it's gonna be dirty and painful. If you succeed, it will simply be dirty. So
Then we get, land on the roof and then knock our way through the roof and get down there like that.
Well, that's
Instead
what I
of
was thinking.
trying to get
Onto
the
the roof. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to aim right for the chimney.
If it's a big flat roof, there must be some sort of hatch. Yeah, but then if you end up inside by yourself, you're in trouble.
Yeah, but at least one of us has to stay in the ship, right?
Yeah,
Can we leave it?
You can get to stay on the ship if you want.
There you go,
Is-
Quarian.
He's
Is
our
there-
getaway driver, yeah.
So
You're
Quirion, as you say, well, one of us needs to stay in the ship. A fleshy bit in the ship's, in the pilot seat, kind of opens up, and a creature walking like a hand with a tail, long, spindly tail, kind of emerges out and latches itself on your hand, and then like its tail kind of turns around your arm, and with his sting pokes you in the vein, and you can feel it kind of go inside, and then, oh my god, I can control the ship with my arm.
Okay, Cornelius was says, quick, someone cut off his arm.
No.
I got my scalpel.
Everything the ship has done to us has been good so far.
Don't worry, it'll just take like an hour or so.
So it seems like
Disgusting,
you
but good.
it seems like you have this remote control. However, it literally feeds off your blood to sustain its like systems. So yes, you can use it. Don't overuse it, otherwise,
Got it. Okay. So how about we land on the roof, and once I land on the roof, I'm gonna direct it to go to like hide somewhere around the tree, in the canopy of some trees, like about say 200, 300, a few, say 1,000 feet away from us.
Why not use those jump pod things and then like have the ship far up so they might not notice us if they're busy fighting each other. They might not notice us landing on the roof,
Again?
like stealthy like. Instead of like landing in the middle of the village like with the ship, I think they'll notice that and maybe stop fighting and all come towards us.
Yeah, I say we eject onto the roof and then you just have it. Same thing, just
I can go down first and see if it's safe.
You know,
I'm aiming for that chimney.
from what height can we do the drop?
something like 80 to 120 feet. Otherwise, missing the Mokus ball might have dire consequences.
Move this ball, man. I don't know that. I'm
So-
going to jump out without one.
Well, it is designed for it, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
come on, I can negate a 60 point of damage with my snowfall, which is insane.
Okay, so you guys want to try going for the roof, and from say 100 feet, then I'll direct the ship to go to just stay out of sight.
Sure. I wonder what
I mean, you can get it to go straight up for like a kilometer.
Yeah.
And come back down almost instantly, right? This thing's so damn fast.
Kilometer might be. Yeah, okay. Somebody from upstairs might notice it if it goes up 1 kilometer, but okay.
I think there's less things up there than there are in the forest, though.
Yeah, but if they got to the air, they're probably more powerful.
Yeah. Well, let's say we go.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so you point the ship towards the squat structure, eject 6 people, like you all emerge from your pods with this Mocus ball kind of fired before you.
Is there a way to not fire the Mocus ball?
No, it's part of the. It's kind of a brand thing. It's not. You can't avoid it.
Trademark.
It's a trademark.
I gotta do it.
And you have to like fall slow mo in a Spider-Man kind of position. So it's part.
Superhero landing, like without any Mocus ball. I'm ready.
I make sure to tell Perd, the Zahuagin extra that I have, to stay with the ship. And killing my mucus, the pod that I sleep in, please.
Who's Kurt?
Perd is the Zahuagin I convinced that I'm his god.
Oh, okay.
Okay, are sure you don't want to take him with you?
Not on this one. It's
Not
dangerous.
at this one. Okay, yeah, he kind of watches you with his eyes kind of big and round as you operate this living thing and eject yourself and use all kinds of magical technology. So
Give him a mob and tell him to clean the ship, and it better be shiny when we get back.
Right.
Quirion, you use the creature as it sucks blood out of your arm. As you fall, you kind of still aware of the ship's function, so you mentally command it to fire up a kilometer high, and it complies. As it goes farther and farther, you feel like the connection is getting thinner, but you still control it. So you can summon it back to you with this, as long as this creature is on you, and as long as your arm is attached to your body. So,
So wait. I've foreseen a flaw in our plan.
I think it's a bit late for the wait. I'm pretty sure we're standing on
Nope.
the roof. Are we
No,
not?
we're still. It's still okay. No, hear me out.
Yeah.
If that creature is killed, we can't ever get that thing back. So maybe we do need to put it on the ground in the forest.
I'll put. Okay, let's put it not on the ground, but
We just have to be able to get to it.
Let's
6
say-
feet off the ground, I can teleport to it.
maybe more, 120 feet. No, go to where the canopy of the trees is, say, about 100 feet high, and go like stay like about 80 feet, 80 feet tall.
okay, so as you kind of crouch on the roof, like special forces unit, you kind of use your pad to configure this ship to go to the forest. It complies and vanishes with its tentacles kind of folded, and camouflages itself against the tree, against the foliage. So it's 180 feet away from the village.
So, is there a hatch? Do we see a hatch to get down?
But I need you all to roll your stealth checks to see if you manage to.
I have disadvantage on that.
13.
11.
I'm rolling 20.
I got a 17.
I got a cool
I got a
11.
17.
Better than me. Come on.
Really? Forger got a 17?
I know.
I got a 5.
5.
I want your dice. I'm just gonna keep holding on to them. You can have mine. I got no problem with this.
So you all kind of land relatively quietly on the roof of the structure, using the Mocus balls when needed, and kind of pillowing your fall and posing like Spider-Man. But Peleus simply goes right through, smacking its body against some metallic bits or bites that like a barrel or something like that. So
They go through through the roof, or does he fall off the roof?
No, he stays on the roof, but he knocked off some, the cable's antenna or something like that.
Like, come on, they needed that antenna, or they can't watch cable now.
You don't spot any hatch. You do see the chimney, and it has a ladder attached to it. And as Peleus kind of smacks the barrel, you hear, "Oh, what was that? There's something on the roof. Let's check this."
All right.
Assume that's pretty obvious.
And we saw a hatch, did you say?
No, you didn't see any hatch. You saw the chimney has a ladder attached to it.
Oh, I see. On the outside, so they'll be climbing up that. Oh, whatever.
So how many buildings are around us?
Something like 12, clearly, ruins that are still with the roof intact. In addition to that, you can see dozens of smaller structures that have long ago crumbled to nothingness, basically.
Okay, I'm going to try to mask this thing. I'm going to use minor illusion to create the same noise from a building, say 30 feet away from us,
Okay.
in the other direction from where the orcs. Do I see the orcs do I know where the orcs are coming from?
You can hear them below you. Is minor illusion, can it do sounds, etc.? So that's...
Yeah.
Okay. So you create that same noise tung, 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 from another building, and then you can hear the voices say, "It's a trap." Wait, no, that's not what they say. Oh, damn crows again. The big crane isn't here.
The big what?
The big green isn't here. They're shitting on the roof again. Just the crows, just the crows.
Okay, let's wait a few more minutes.
I will.
A few more seconds.
Minor illusion move.
No, but I can cast it again. It's a cantrip.
Yeah, I've got it as well.
It's just a limited distance.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
One of them
we need
says,
to get through this roof.
Ermac said, "The big dring isn't coming back." Bashnag told me to stay up and make sure no one gets down there. He went to see what's going on.
Does that mean there's an orc coming up the ladder?
No, not that you can see. You think that there are two of them downstairs guarding maybe the entrance to the spot, like the main door, double door.
I would like to approach the chimney and climb up and peek down.
Okay. So as you do, you see that there is no ladder on the inside of it, or maybe there are fragments of a ladder long ago, either removed or turned to rust or something like that. So how do you want to climb down? Like you can simply walk on walls or something like that.
Just peeking to see if I can see anything.
Oh, okay. So yes, you can see the floor of this workshop, which probably was a blacksmith or something like that, and there is a huge hole in the floor, probably leading to some underground cavern.
And how far does the drop seem to be?
Something like I would say 50 feet, like from the chimney down.
Andrest,
Mhm.
could you do one of those light thing on a coin?
Light? Yeah,
Yeah.
I can cast light on whatever you want.
And I will whisper to the others, there are no ladder, so I'll take the coin and put it like away so it doesn't submit any light, and then say I'll jump down. And if you can do like a mental thing down towards me, then I'll tell you what I see. And then-
No, I think we decided it doesn't work that way. I can communicate with you, but you can't communicate with me.
well, whatever. I will go
don't
over
know.
and down.
You want me? How about I
You
go
want to
with-
be invisible?
Sure.
Okay. Got some visibility on you.
Yes.
It lasts an hour, but I have to concentrate on it. So
Okay.
You still have light also, but not out right now. Just hidden, like so. It doesn't
well, if you
get
don't, yeah, if you don't want to be invisible, I'll keep the spell slot. But
Yeah, it might be a good idea to be invisible.
How big is
Okay.
the drop?
you're invisible.
50.
So the drop to the floor of the structure is something like 50 feet, but then deeper into the cavern, you can't see from here.
Yeah, I'm dropping down.
Morgan,
Okay.
I'm also give you a bardic inspiration just for.
You don't realize that you beef him up so he can steal the treasure and go away, right? I mean, this is what's
Yeah.
going on here. Invisible, luck.
This is not my rogue character from way back.
Oh god, thank God. We have a lawful good farmer with us.
Yes,
Meanwhile, I'm tying my 50-foot rope
my
to
character.
Okay.
the edge of this.
Yeah, I'm also getting my rope ready.
Yeah, let's get some ropes ready just in
Yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Okay. So Galen, do you use some kind of a special ability to go down?
Yes, gravity. But I do have a special monk ability that allows me to negate 60 points of falling damage.
Okay, so I need you all, as you tie ropes and you kind of flutter down, to roll your stealth checks again.
Guys, I'm sorry.
Also, while I'm in
Before we do that, I'm going to cast. What is it called again?
Pass without trace.
Yeah, exactly.
that
Like-
doesn't help me. I rolled better this time. I rolled a massive 4, no, a 3.
I
rolled a
plus 10
one.
now, right?
That's a
That's
12.
I rolled a big ass one.
11.
You rolled two
But we all
ones.
get plus 10 now, so
Oh, okay.
Wait, we get plus 10? A
Yeah.
D10 or 10?
10.
Pass without trace is plus 10.
But
So,
since I'm falling down out of range of the spell.
yeah,
So-
but you have bardic inspiration, so you can use it.
Oh,
Whatever. I'm invisible.
no, not me.
It's fine.
Yeah, plus 5 to your stealth checks if you're invisible.
So I need scores. Rukvi,
17.
17 for
11.
Galen, 11 for Rukvi,
24.
24 for Andrest, Forga,
21.
21, Quirion,
24.
Peleus.
17.
Amazing. So the druid saved the day again and prevented an army of orcs from hearing you go down shouting instruction to each other. There's no ladder here. Toss up the cone. I need more invisibility, etc. So you managed to descend like slowly, surely, and hit the bottom of the workshop. So you look around, you can see that the doors are closed. You can hear the orcs breathing heavily just behind them and talking about Urmok and Bashnag. I have this weird feeling that someone's behind me. This is most... Okay. You hear them talk about Urmok and Bashnag, who are in some sort of an disagreement with regards to what the tribe should do. Should it scout the forest and see if they can locate Venomfang, or should they go deep into the dragon's lair to protect the treasure? So it seems those two orcs were put here to make sure no other orc is going in. At least this is what you understand from their conversation. As you look down, what?
No, sorry. Let's keep them there.
As you look down to the cavern, you can see that it's like a vertical shaft, something like 100 to 120 feet down, and it ends with blackness, like you can't see anything there. But it's like climbable, or if you have any other means of transportation, let me know.
And I'm at the bottom now.
No, you are just at the floor of the workshop. If you want to continue going down, just let me know.
I'll continue jumping down then.
Okay, so Galen vanishes. Who else?
Oh, he's invisible anyway, so.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Galen to come back and tell me what he finds.
Yeah, I can't go down there and not alert the entire building.
Okay.
And I did say I will scout ahead and let you know somehow.
You know, I can be invisible too. I can go down and be invisible as well. I can maybe actually join you. I think it's better. Actually, I think it's better that I join you. And it can also, I might be able to. I probably be able to get us out of there too.
All right. I'll
So
wait
now
up top.
we have a plan to get out? No. That's not how we do things.
Wait, what? When did we
Yeah.
we were leaving here? I thought this was like our new
Eventually,
house.
we're gonna leave. Oh God, no. We've got a ship. We don't need a
Poor guy.
And that
house.
thing is
We don't need a
cooler, and
blacksmith.
it's the best sleeps there.
Yeah,
When I get to the bottom, I assume it's split pitch black. So I'll just listen for a bit to see if I hear anything.
Okay.
Can you use
Um,
dark vision?
I don't have dark vision. I'm not a shadow monk, so I can't cast dark vision either. But I have a coin with light.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So do you want me to come with you, or
I'm
So-
already down there. I'm not answering you.
do you guys
Yeah.
want me to follow him?
I mean, he might need some backup, but the other thing is, I mean, he's okay. Theoretically, really good on his own. Like he should be able to infiltrate and come back, no problem. Historically, though, every time he does this, bad things happen.
He loses his soul, or he gets fallen in a trap, or something like
Yeah,
that.
several traps, I believe. Yeah.
He's made it out
So,
so far.
I mean, maybe you should go after him.
I'll go after him as well. I'll cast greater invisibility on myself, and I'll go after him.
Oh. How do you get
Okay.
down, though?
I'll climb. I'll
Okay.
try climb. Actually, I can go with a
How's your
rope.
athletics?
Athletics is pretty bad. I'll use a rope.
We have ropes. Yeah, we have like 3 ropes
Yeah.
at least.
Okay, so Galen and Quirion, you use a rope, or Galen can simply fall down if he wants to. And what?
Falling, yes.
Okay. So as you descend deeper and deeper, at some point the cave, like after something like 40 or 60 feet, the cave, the rock face of it, turns to almost liquefied thickets. It's like roots and vines, but all rotten and icky looking and touching. It's nearly pitch dark. So like your footing becomes a little bit unstable. And 20 feet below that, fog fills up the entire body of the tunnel. It's still a vertical shaft that seems to go on and on, deeper and deeper down. After 80 feet, you start to feel as if something is touching you all around your body, your hands, your legs, something silky.
Spider webs.
It does seem so, but they're kind of liquefied. It's like spider webs made of goo or something like that.
Am I at the bottom now?
So sort of, you land on a blanket of roots, vines that simply cushion your fall. But they also are made of this icky material, not similar to roots or something that is made of nature. It's almost like something that someone took out of his nose or something like that. It's really slimy and disgusting. And as you fall into it, it kind of grabs you, tries to curl itself on top of you. At this point, I need you to make a dexterity check.
Check or save?
Save, sorry.
Both of us? I assume?
Right now, only Galen, because he's...
25.
Okay.
A 25 is amazing. Those icky webbings attach themselves to your body. You wiggle out and kind of avoid the full burn of their touch, but you do get half of 4d6 points of slashing damage, which is 18, so it's 9 points of piercing damage, sorry, as they grow thorns that kind of move around you and scratch your body. Do you say something to Quarian?
I don't know he's following me down, so no. I already jumped way ahead of him.
Okay, so with that webbing kind of surrounding you, you hit the rock bottom of the of this tunnel, something like 150, 120 feet down. Quarian, you're next, as you have
You're
no.
welcome to roll the damage. If you roll more than 60, then I might take some damage. Otherwise, I don't take damage.
Okay, so that's 12d6 basically.
Yeah, so you have to roll really well.
Very unlikely.
Yeah. That's 44 points of damage.
Yeah, so nothing.
Nothing. Quarian, you hit that same webbing, thorny, icky stuff that seems to protect the entrance to the dragon's lair. Roll your dexterity check.
Crap. I need to leave that dice. So it's
What?
12. Sorry.
12. Okay, so you take 11 points of piercing damage. And you are basically... Okay, so you move at quarter of your speed from this point until the bottom of this cave, and every round basically you take more damage. So it's like this web stuck to you, and as you try to get down and avoid it, it keeps scratching you down. So you have something like, let's say, 2 rounds. I'm assuming if you move 30 feet a second or something, like a round. So unless you want to do something, it's an additional 2d6.
Just a minute. Let's see if there's something I can do. It's not like I can try to break away from these things. This is what I'm trying to do, and that's what it's causing.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Okay.
You
No, I don't see. I'd rather save the spell right now. I'll fix the damage.
Okay, so it's an additional of 7 points of piercing damage as you go down.
Okay.
And you land. So Galen, at this point you'll probably hear Quarian landing behind, or if you have already left.
I am just listening for a bit to see if I can hear anything down here. And if I can't hear anything, then I'll take out the coin to have some light.
I whisper really lightly for you when I land. Say, it's me. Try to make sure that only you can hear it.
If nothing have attacked me, then there will be this invisible, really bright, glowing thing. I say, oh yeah, I'm over here, and I'll wave the coin around so you can see the light. It's invisible, but you can see the light like moving.
Got it.
Okay. What do the rest do?
I want to keep my eyes on the orcs, not necessarily the ones at the front door, but the biggest, largest body of orcs. So I'll sneak over to the edge and peek over.
Okay. It seems like they... from the bits and bytes of conversation that they have, you believe that Ormok is probably the leader of one clan and Bashnag is the leader of the other one. It seems like Ormok wants to make sure that, like, where is the dragon? So he has sent scouts, but Bashnag believes that going to the lair and protecting it from the inside is more important now. Those two dimwits that are that are talking among themselves probably are oblivious to the fact that probably Urmuk trying to understand, like, okay, if he tries to make sure that the boss is gone before looting the lair, but Bashnag probably decided that looting it first and asking questions later is the better course of action.
Okay, and how far away are those the two leaders?
So the leaders, you have no idea. You were just hearing two guards talking.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't care about that. What's the rest of the orcs doing? Are they fighting each other?
They fighting because Bashnag's people want to get into the lair and Urmuk's people try to push them away. So it's kind of a stalemate. But if one side wins, it should be interesting.
So, okay. All right. I'm just going to wait and watch. And if it looks like the orcs that want to get into the lair, looks like they're going to be overwhelming the defenses of the other orcs, I'm going to take action.
Okay, good. Vukvi, Forgar, Peleus?
Muted. Game.
Do I looking down the hole? Do I see anything besides darkness or hear anything?
You think you've heard Quirin kind of ooh, ow, but that's it basically.
And they might be able to see the light now that I brought out.
So the fog kind of obscures it. So you see like really at the bottom of the shaft, it seems like fog is covering it, and you think you saw some kind of a light flashing it or something like that, but you're not sure.
All right. Did we set up a signal for me to just drop, just like cannonball in there, because I don't want to do it without alerting people.
Yeah. The signal is help! I'm dying!
All right, gotcha. So I'll stay up there, just ready to jump.
Peering over the edge, like.
Okay.
We going in there, like.
Not yet.
How long are we gonna let him down there? Them, my bad. Them
He's
down there before we
big
fall.
farmer boy. He can handle himself for a bit.
Peleus, what about you?
Yeah, I think I would be waiting with outside with Emiliano's character.
Okay, makes sense. Good. So yeah.
Sorry, question. What was the name of the leader of the orcs we're defending?
Ormok.
Ormok. And what was the name of the dragon again?
Venom Fang.
Venom Fang. Anders is getting bored, and it's a very dangerous thing. He's got ideas.
Come on, patience. Trust the...
Yeah, you only got like another break between before I'm just jumping in whether or not you're ready.
No, don't do that. I got plans.
The thing, but
in preparation, so I don't have to take too much time. Is there some sort of defining feature of Urmok's orcs? Like do they wear gang colors? You know what I mean? Like, or do they all wear like fedora caps? You know what? Like, there's something I can do that.
Yeah, it seems like this part of their cheeks is basically cut open to expose the teeth.
Okay.
And
so I'm gonna. And
Bashnag's people have all missing their nose. Kind of removed it.
I'm going to. That's really not healthy. Like, your nose is important. I'm going to cast Disguise Self. I'm going to use my Mask of Many Faces. I'm going to look like one of Urmok's orcs, but like a shaman. Like,
okay.
Covered in a cloak of like raven's feathers with like an old gnarled staff and lots of like necklace of teeth and stuff like that. I'm getting ready. And then I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself at 5th level.
Okay. That's cool. So as you do that, downstairs, you find yourself in a fog-covered cavern that has 3 openings, basically, 1 in front of you and 2 on each side. As you kind of get your bearings, you can hear something breathing in both of those caverns, and 2 creatures, basically. They look like 2 creatures connected in one. They have 4 feet and huge horns, and their skin is shining, and on top of them there is what appears to be another part of their body, which has 2 more hands, each holding a spear, and this weird creature, again, one at a side, rushes you, like charging as if to smack you 2 together. One of them is simply trying to cleave you, and the other one is holding his charge at the last minute and sneezing on top of all of you, spreading the coronavirus. What?
But buffaloes are invisible. Do they see us?
They don't need to see you because they have blind sight. Yeah.
Okay.
So the first simply rushes toward, let's say it's Quarian, because I'm picking randomly. And since you are surprised, it just needs to hit you. That's 1d20. Bloop. Plus. So does a 20 hits? It's a modified 20, not a natural one.
Definitely does.
Okay. So you need to first make a strength saving throw in order to be avoided to be knocked prone.
Got an 18.
18 is amazing. Yes, it's amazing. So you are able to avoid that, like being trampled, but you do take damage from its 2 gigantic metallic horns. You take that's a whopping total of, oh, that's not a lot, actually. I rolled very poorly. That's 19 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And I rolled poorly.
Do you say ouch? Because if you say ouch, I'm jumping down there.
I said ouch.
The other creature, instead of attacking you, simply sneezes on top of the 2 of you. You need to make a Constitution saving throw. Both of you.
Are you sure it's not an?
It's not poison.
Effect?
No. That's called Constitution saving throw.
Got a 20.
20, amazing.
Wait,
How much?
I do have my bardic inspiration, so I'm doing the bardic inspiration on that save. I can do that on saves, right?
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Roll a d10.
That's 24 then on my save.
24 is amazing. So your bodies begin to ache, and you find yourself kind of turning to stone, and then you break it, and pieces of stone fall around you. At this point, the riders, and indeed these are riders on top of this beast, orc riders, missing a nose, slam you with their spears. So,
Can you see them there, Galen?
These would be
Got a coin.
Gorgons, right? Well,
What?
I haven't seen Gorgons before, but Corin has seen Gorgons.
Yeah.
My last character died. A Gorgon last time.
Right. Okay, so these are 2 attacks plus 5. Okay, so that's 1d20. Okay, that wasn't smart. So, Quarian, one of them attacks you with its spear and hitting AC 14.
It misses.
Okay, and Galen, his companion hits armor class 19.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that's 3. So he drives his spear deep into your body, hitting you for 14 slashing damage, piercing damage. Sorry, that's
Not that bad. I can take it.
okay. And now you can roll initiative. Do you shout? Does your friend
Yeah,
kind of
when he got hit,
do
I
they
was
hear
in.
you?
I'm not shouting, and I'm still surprised. I rolled a 1, natural 1, so that's 6 on my initiative.
Okay.
Unfortunately, so did I.
So how much? 6?
6.
Oh my god. That's not good.
Don't worry, I rolled a 2.
Okay. So Rukvi with a 2.
Which means I get to go to the bathroom. BRB.
Peleus?
I got a 3.
What?
Oh, we are all rolling so good.
And the rest?
Should roll already.
Initiative?
Yeah.
18.
Okay. Forgar.
6.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Better than everybody else, or not Brian's, but everybody else's crap.
Hey, I rolled a 6 also. Oh,
Me
well,
too.
6.
Okay.
Technically, I rolled a 7, so.
I rolled a 1 with my +5.
Okay. So they will simply go for another attack.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm going to survive the next one.
Okay, so they kind of attacked you, and now they take some distance and they rush at you again. This time, so they will flank basically Quarian. They kind of find you from each side, and first the orcs will try to skewer you with their spears. Okay, so we have a 23 and a 7. What do you pick?
I guess a 23 hits.
Okay, so one of the spears pierces you for 14 points of damage.
Ouch.
And
I'm not
the-
ready for the walking attack now.
Yeah, and the creatures, they will again try to trample you, like running, and
Okay, I'm going to use Bardric Inspiration to try to reduce one of their attacks. You just need to tell me what you rolled, and then I'll decide which one I want to try to reduce.
2d20. So one of them is a 19, the other one is a 17.
It doesn't really matter. Then I'll just go for the first one, and I'll reduce it by 3. So
Okay,
yeah, so
16.
yeah. Actually, it would have been better to go for the 17 and reduce it by 3, but
So
Yeah.
only one hits you?
yeah.
Okay. So this creature. So first make a strength saving throw to avoid being knocked prone.
We got a 7 actually.
Okay, so you fall prone. So it gores you and then tramples you. So that's wait. So the gore attack. I'm rolling very poorly. Lucky you. It's 12 points of piercing damage, and the trample attack is 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Is it safe to assume, by the way, that we got 10 temporary hit points from the ship, or not?
No, only
We did last time, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. Every time you basically spend a long rest in the ship.
Not me, because I refused to rest inside, but the others did it.
Yeah.
No, we didn't do a long rest.
Really good sleep,
Short.
man.
Okay.
We,
Go
last-
15.
we,
Oh
did go
my
for a
god.
we did go for a long rest before we took off last time.
Yeah, but then we got attacked by the mind blast that you
Oh,
connected us to,
but
and
that,
and there lost everything.
there was no damage with that. When you make the save.
Yeah. So that was their attack. Effectively, so Aquarian, do you shout for help or are you keeping your friends in the dark?
Scream for help at that point.
Okay, so Anderist, at this point you hear what?
Just be quiet, Corin. I'll tell them you died bravely.
So Anderist, you probably at this point hear Quarian shouting like as those creatures kind of trample him, and
I will look at the others and say, "Go help them. I'll take care of these orcs."
Can't hear you, Brian. You're very.
And quietly.
Can you hear me at all?
yes, we can hear you, but weak.
You said like the others.
You said you're jumping into the pit and
No,
ignoring the orcs. This is what I heard.
You said
So-
the others should go take care of them, and he would do something else.
I'll look at Rookvi and Forgar and oh, god damn it. Hold on.
Idiot.
I'll get there. My brain don't work too well these days. I say, go save them. I'll take care of these orcs.
Okay.
I want to around the corner from these two orcs that are guarding the door.
Yeah.
How tall is the roof?
How tall do you want it to be?
Not that tall, like a single story, like 10 feet.
So it's not that tall. It's a single story, like 10 feet.
Okay. So I'll use my rod,
Your rod. Okay.
my immovable cane, which looks like an old gnarled staff. I'm gonna lower it over, lock it in place, and then use that to lower myself down, so I don't fall. And that's probably my round.
Okay. Good. So that's Anderist, and now Forgar. The sixth
Yeah.
one.
I want to do some spell conversions with my spell points. I'll just take care of that.
Okay.
I
Forgar.
jump. Going in
jump.
the chimney.
You jump.
It's gonna
Okay.
hurt.
Yeah, it will hurt.
I
So
say Godspeed.
50 feet later.
so you fall down,
Yeah.
and after like 60 feet, you encounter that thorny, icky webbing. Make a what was that saving throw? I think it was dexterity, right? Yeah, dex save.
Great. That is a 14.
14. I think it's not.
Enough, right?
I think it's not good enough. Not good enough. Okay.
Enough, right?
No. So you take, and since you fall, you kind of take. It's basically 4d6, but I'll add 2 more because you're not even stopping yourself. That's 66 piercing damage, I think. This is 15. 15 piercing damage from the thorns. And
Okay.
then you have a 12d6 from the fall itself,
Okay.
which is 46 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the floor.
6. Ouch. That hurt.
Yeah, so you kind of claw yourself, hit yourself on the chimney's side, on the shaft sides, and eventually fall in a crumpled heap in the middle of a foggy cavern.
Yeah, that hurt lots. I think I'm gonna yell back. Don't jump. It hurt. Maybe lower.
Galen, unless so that's basically your movement, Forgar. You want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to lay of hands back on myself some hit points, so I'm higher than 15.
Okay, good,
Oh god, dude.
Right?
good.
Yeah.
Next time, do a brawl when you land.
Oh,
Next.
fun. You're telling me the superhero landing isn't an efficient use of momentum? I always see these guys do it, and I thought that was the best way to fall from great heights.
It is if you want to shatter your knee.
It is if you're Spider-Man, but that's about it.
Okay, so that was Forgar. With great powers comes great whatever.
Crash.
Fall damage. Yeah.
Great fall damage.
Great fall damage. Yes.
That's what they said.
Galen, what do you do?
Yes. Well. Oh, good. Backup is here, so we can fight them. I was about to run away and go and report and say, "Don't come down here. It's dangerous." But then I guess I'll go and try and save this still invisible Quarian, I assume, that I can't see, but I heard something getting trampled.
By the way, if I'm invisible, the orcs can see me?
They have, yes, they can. They have blind sight here. These creatures
Okay.
specifically.
Yes. I will go and try and attack one of the Gorgons. They seem
Okay.
to be in those fronts.
Okay.
That's rolling so poorly. 15 to hit.
I don't think so, but let me check. A Gorgon, no, not even close.
But then a 23.
Yes.
I will try to do a stunning strike on it, so it needs to do a DC 15 con save.
Okay. DC con save 1, 2, 20. So it rolled actually pretty high. Constitution is +4, so 23.
Oh, well, then it failed. It had to be below 15, right? That's how it works.
Yeah.
I'll flurry of blows also.
Okay.
I'll do 2 more attacks, 20 and 24.
Yeah, both hit.
Yes, I will try to sweep the legs and knock it prone, so it needs to do dex saves
Okay.
to try to go prone. And I do a total of 23 points of damage from the 3 attacks.
Okay, so it rolled a dex a 13.
Then it falls down, so it's prone.
Okay.
Does it cross the rider? Come on, cross the rider.
Yeah. Let him roll a dexterity save as well. See if he can stay up. No, with a 6. He falls. So that's a Gorgon. That's a Gorgon. Rider is down. Okay. Yes. That was Galen.
I will also shout up like, "There's 2 orcs riding some horrible creatures. It's dangerous. Don't come down here." Forgar, I said, "Don't come down."
But forward just keeps going, right?
Yeah. Flows right through your floor down to the next one.
Quarian, what do you want to do?
I don't want to fight these guys. Is there? So the place at where we are, is there like a place where I can keep a high ground where they can't reach me?
You don't think so? It's kind of a bowl-shaped cavern with the shaft kind of stretching up above you, and there is a corridor leading to the front, and 2 corridors to the sides of you from which these creatures came as if summoned. And it's rather like it's rough earth.
Okay. Is there any way in which I can use like Wall of Force to capture both of them like in a sphere, or is they without catching Galen inside?
So let's to make it easy, just roll your intelligence. So you try to find like the best spot to do it, and let's see if you can.
Okay. My intelligence is pretty crappy, but I got a 13.
14. So with a 13, you don't think there is a spot to kind of put a wall of force to separate them from Galen. It's either catching one of them with Galen or just catching one of them.
Okay. So let's do this in 2 parts then. No, I can't. I just want to get away from them. Oh, you know what? Okay, let's go one by one. I'll try to move away from Galen as much as far as I can, like my 30 feet. I'll try to move towards Forgar,
Okay.
and from there I'm going to cast banishment on one of the Gorgons.
Oh, cool. That's cool. What happens to the rider?
It falls down, I suppose. Okay, so it needs to do a charisma saving throw, DC 17.
Okay, his charisma is not amazing, so he flickers out of existence.
Awesome. So we got quiet for 1 minute, and I
Yeah.
tell them that and I try to hide.
Roll your stealth.
Actually, I'm invisible, but I'll try to hide too.
After attacking, I'm not sure you're invisible anymore.
It's greater invisibility, so I think I should
She's greater invisibility, sir.
be. My stealth was 26, so I think I'm good.
Okay, good. Quirtian. Rukvi, what do you want to do?
120 feet, right?
Yeah.
We
It
had,
hurts a lot.
yeah, but dude, we had ropes tied to the edge of this thing.
I got excited. I just.
That's how
You
I
got too
went.
excited. You got too excited. I want to slid down, 50 feet, which is about half of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would, yell cannonball and just.
Jump.
And land on Forgar and do.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm shooting for.
No.
All I see is like the light from the coin. I'm guessing down there.
Fuck yeah.
So I'll shoot for that. Hopefully, I won't land on you.
Okay, so dexterity check to avoid the those grasping vines.
Save.
Yeah, sorry.
Just a thought. Why don't we just throw the mucus in which we like landed down there?
No, we don't use our brains here.
Oh, okay.
This is an Oberon party.
So Rukvi,
I got an 8 on my dexterity.
8, so that's 66 point of slashing damage from the vines, which amounts to 17. And then it's 12 minus 5, so it's 7d6 fall damage. Come on. $32 points of leg breakage damage.
Oh, my kneecaps just pop out of my legs, but I'm still all right.
It's like amazing. They each jump, hear the crunching of bones, and like, and okay, clear.
Wait,
Jump.
Next.
Well,
I got
there's-
leveled up.
Were skeletons down there, and whoever jumped on them just crashed them. Crunched into them.
Exactly. So Rukvi, this was just your movement.
I go towards the nearest monstrous-looking creature, and I want to smash it with my hammer in pain.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
There is only one with a rider, and one rider is kind of hovering in the air because his creature vanished, and it's not his turn yet, so he can't fall.
And you have advantage on attacks because it's prone.
Great. Well, I don't need advantages because I got 25 and a 23 on the 2 attacks.
Wow, amazing.
First attack is 10, so 15 total.
Mm-hmm.
Second attack is 20 total.
Wow.
Are you adding your your 1d8 or 1d whatever for?
It's radiant damage, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
Cool.
So you smack it, and each time you hit it, its armor kind of gleams for a moment, and you can see that it's covered by this metallic, stony hide. Natural armor, of course, but very, very powerful. But you manage to land some very, very serious blows. It is bloodied at this point. So that was Rukvi the Amazing. Peleus.
Okay, so I'm going to turn into an earth elemental. And I got this ability, Earth Glide. The elemental can burrow through non-magical, unworked earth and
Oh
stone.
my god. Oh my god.
Oh, wait,
Amazing.
unworked.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Wait, does it? So it works on the chimney, right?
Yeah, you can simply borrow inside. That's
Okay.
not a problem. You create another chimney, another
It's not that
opening.
works.
But it will take you like 2 rounds to get there because it's slower than falling, right? So what's your speed basically? It's like 40 or
My speed is 30 feet, burrow 30 feet.
okay. So it will take you 4 rounds to get there, which is no actually 2. If you 2, yeah.
Dashes.
Okay.
Well, maybe I will just glide half the way and then fall the rest.
Yes, join us. Take half your health.
Oh my God.
It's like way too slow.
I would ignore that.
Earth elementals are resistant to non-magical damage, so you take only half from fall damage.
Oh yeah, okay.
So basically, a landslide falls on top of us. No problem.
But you will probably land on top of, Forgar.
Yes.
Well,
This is very on brand.
Yeah.
Joe. This is very
Binary
on brand.
right
I
now.
like the consistency.
So how you fall all the way, or you just falling like after 30 feet or 60 feet? Like what's the?
Or could I do it the other way around? Could I like fall down and then while falling down burrow into the stone and then glide
Yes,
the rest?
actually yes. Make a dexterity check to see if you can like Luke Skywalker your way to like as you fall down the Death Star chimney to glide
Unfortunately,
toward.
my dexterity isn't very good, but
I know.
let's try this. 12.
A 12. I don't know. I don't know. That's almost good enough. Almost like you kind of you strain, you kind of work really hard, but you kind of glide a centimeter to the left and then land. So first, it's the make another dexterity to avoid the vines.
2.
2. So that's 20 points of piercing damage, and then 12d6. It is 47 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah. Level 12, in which 10d6 doesn't.
How much damage does Forgar get when he lands on him? Come on.
No, Forgar. Oh, yeah. So you kind of healed yourself.
Good enough to miss me a little. He lands right beside me, but I think that 12 was enough to,
I'll allow Forgar to make a dexterity save to try and roll out of that pile of rocks that is falling from the sky.
Not me. Holy shit!
God damn it! I was hoping.
I just heard my girlfriend clapping from the other side of the apartment.
Oh my
So
god.
you roll and then Peleus crashes down beneath you. So at this point, this is the beginning of the round, and I think it's a cliffhanger, like double meaning.
Oh!
As you all kind of broken legs, popped out kneecaps, etc. At the foggy caves beneath Thundertree. We'll continue this fight next time. Yeah, so it will be their turn and then Ender's turn. So Ender's, you have a week to plan your how you rain doom from the sky.
How do you say
I don't need a week. I'm ready to go.
Amazing. So
Remember,
Just don't roll a 1 on your check to, intimidate dogs or persuade dogs.
amazing.
I need to remember that the banishment is going to last 1 minute, so we've got like 10 rounds now.
Yeah.
Recap. So yeah, I just wrote. I have everything on. New round. So one Gorgon is prone. The other one is banished for 1 minute. We have one rider down. The other rider is up. And yeah, banishment is 1 minute and starting a new round.
Yeah.
Good. Amazing. Saved. Guys, thank you very much. This has been...
I
what?
want to remind you, by the way, that you still need to tell me what the tambourine is doing.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Let me write it in the email that I've just sent myself. What
I'm
does
not saying thank you this time, like for running this. Like, come on, 2 walkers? That's evil.
two?
Dude, we
yeah.
need the challenge.
And also because you didn't add
I don't know.
crust. If
But-
Fork had been crushed, that would totally have saved the session.
Oh, come on.
Oh, damn it! I thought you'd left, James.
Hey,
I love how
my laptop's not that crashy today.
that was a perfect natural 20. Come on, it's fate.
Yeah,
It's
oh, yeah.
fate.
Right?
Those perfect 20s, like in the times when it really matter, is like those things that you will tell like 10 years from now.
Exactly. This,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
if you want us to start every battle with half our health, just put it at the end of a 120 foot.
yeah.
And we'll
I didn't
down
know it
every
was.
time.
I didn't know it was so simple. I just assumed, it will be 3 sessions crawling down this shaft. But no, let's jump. Sure.
We'll always jump. I'll always.
Okay.
We have rope going all the way down, and you still all jump.
Yeah. So you kill the monsters in this room, then find another shaft, jump again, kill more monster, jump again. Eventually someone will break. Guys, thank you very much. It's been wonderful.
on.
See you.
Multi-class a monk. You can do it.
How many levels do I need a monk to be able to survive that fall?
40 points of damage. If you want to remove 40 points of damage, it's only 8 levels of monk.
Amazing. Yes. Thank you for this. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night. Bye bye.
Good night.
Bye bye.